Hope everybody's doing good. Boom, boom, boom. All right. To join the how to get paid for bad credit masterclass. All right, guys. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. And we are about to get this party started. All right. All right, cool. So, how's everybody doing? I hope everybody's great. A collection agency is garnishing my account. Can you help? All right, let's see. Somebody, I need to learn how to repair my own credit. Let's go. Stay down promo. Yes, I can help. We will go over it, go over what's going on. Yeah, so what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Talk to me.
Yo, what up, man?
You tell me, brother, man. You decided to jump on the live, so what's going on? What you said, brother?
I appreciate you answering, picking up.
What you got for me, brother? The people want to hear from you.
Listen, I don't even know if you have a topic, but I requested to get on your live to ask you, man.
What you got? Talk to me.
I want to learn how to repair my own credit. Like
Mhm.
I've been trying. I've been looking at videos.
Mhm.
You mainly because you follow the way I would like to learn the consumer law.
Okay.
I know, like it's rights, correct?
Mhm.
It can't be what the law is actually telling you to do.
Come on, brother. Come on, brother.
Right to do.
Mhm.
So I want to learn the consumer law way. I just don't know where to start.
I got you.
I need a teacher. I need somebody to tell me, okay, that's wrong, that's right, and then I go from there.
I got you, King. I got you. So, what I do, right? For those of you who don't know, I have a mentorship group, right? I have a university. And what you just said just now is exactly what I teach my students. Let me tell you something. The first thing I want you to do, let's delete the word trend from your vocabulary, all right? We're going to just take that word and we're just going to throw it away. We don't want that word trying anymore. You will and you must, right? So, what I'm going to do is I want you to send me a DM. DM me your name, email, and your phone number. Just send it to my Instagram. And what I will do now is I'll have my team reach out to you and get you onboarded into our university. Especially now that we are learning how to get paid for bad credit, it's going to be a game changer.
Who is the name that like the official person that I'll be talking to? Because I don't want to get because I think I reached out.
You can put Emil. Emil is one of my. He's been with me the longest. Emil, EMIL. So just give me your name, number, email address, and said Daraine said to speak to Emil. Right? Okay. And my team will get you sorted out, brother.
I appreciate that.
Most
just remember,
definitely.
Stay down pro. That's me. So when I DM you, I know if you got a lot of people DM you.
I do. I get thousands, bro. That's why I have to make you put specific thing, because when you put specific thing, then they'll know, hey, this needs to go over to the team, to the university advisors.
All right, I appreciate you, man.
Most definitely. All right, stay tuned. Make sure you got make sure you got your pen and your paper. I'm about to drop some gems. All right.
Yeah, for sure.
All right, cool. Appreciate you, King.
You too, my man.
All right. So for those of you that's just joining, all right. So guys, I have a masterclass coming up, right? And the masterclass is basically you're going to learn how to get paid for bad credit. You're going to learn how to use consumer laws. You're going to learn how to properly use consumer law the right way. And I know that's a little bit redundant, saying properly and right, because they both mean the same thing. But I'm emphasizing the fact that you're going to learn how to do it. There's a unique dispute method or dispute flow that you must follow. And this is one of the reasons why most people don't get any results. So on Instagram, right? So if you're on Instagram right now, if you're on Instagram and you want to be a part of this masterclass in June 15, which is in about 11 days. If you want to be a part of this masterclass, I want you to comment class. If you're on Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, just give me a minute. If you're on Instagram and you want to be a part of the how to get paid for Bad Credit Masterclass, that's going to be on the 15th of June. I want you to comment the word class now, and I will get you locked in. So if you comment the word class, I will get you logged in to that masterclass, and I will give you guys the framework of how you can get paid for bad credit. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you look at your screen, all you need to do is comment the word, text the word class to 917 993 5238. So if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Facebook, all you need to do is send me a text message. So send me a text message to send me a text message with the word class. So make sure you have class. Text the word class to 917 993 5238. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, send me a text message. It's on your screen. Just text the word class to 917 993 5238. If you're on Instagram, I have an automation set up. All you need to do is just comment the word class. If you're on Instagram, comment the word class and check your DMs. I will have the link inside your DMs for the masterclass. So we were talking about inquiries. How can you get paid for inquiries? All right, I'm going to bust it down for you guys right now. So when it comes to inquiries, there's two things we need to understand, right? Was there permissible purpose or was there not? Those are the two things. When it comes to inquiries, was there permissible purpose or was there not permissible purpose? Did you give permission or you didn't? It's very simple. Two key factors. Did you give permission or did you not give permission? Because either one, the one that you pick will give you the result that basically the result of your choice. So let me explain. If you gave a creditor permission to pull your credit, you cannot get paid for bad credit unless the creditor used your consumer report other than for something else than what it was originally intended for. So let me give you an example. If you apply to Capital One for an auto loan, right, and they pull your FICO auto, right, Capital One should not be sending you any solicitation for you to get a credit card. You get what I'm saying? If your reports are pulled for a mortgage, they shouldn't be marketing to you to get an auto loan. If you get an auto loan, they shouldn't be marketing to you to get a credit card. That simply means your credit report was used for something else other than the intended purpose that it was pulled for. So that's the condition for you to get paid for an inquiry that you gave a creditor permission for. It will have to fall within those parameters. So like I said before, they did that to me. Really? All right, so let me break it down again. If you applied for an auto loan or you applied for a credit card with a company, and let's say this company is a bank and they offer multiple products, right? The intended use for pulling the consumer report is for the specific reason. Meaning, if it's auto loan, it's only for auto. They should not be using that credit score to say, hey, you are pre-approved for a credit card or you're pre-approved for a mortgage. That simply means that the report has been used for something other than its intended purpose. If that is the case, then yes, you can get paid. Now, if you did not give permission, like what happens when you go to a car dealership and you enter into a retail installment contract and they pull your reports and they shotgun it, meaning that you have 10 to 15 inquiries because of the car dealership, Now, you only gave one car dealership written permission, right? Remember, you gave one car dealership written permission. So, hold on one second. I had a credit card and through kept sending me pre-approval for auto. So, Lloyd boy, boy's mom, it sounds to me like your report was used for something other than its intended purpose. So, if you had applied for a credit card and it sounds like you might have a good credit score and they started marketing to you pre-approval for an auto loan, your credit report was used for something other than its intended purpose. And with the pre-approval from the auto and the approval from the credit card, and then if you check the soft inquiries, if the same company is there for hard inquiries, soft inquiries, and pre-approval, you are now able to demonstrate that the company used your report for something else other than the intended purpose for which the report was pulled for. Remember, it's not what you know, it's what you can prove. Yes? All right. So why are dealerships using LexisNexis? They use LexisNexis because LexisNexis have a lot of public record information, and also your finance charge has an insurance premium inside of it, right? LexisNexis is also the consumer reporting agency that's used for a lot of insurance purposes. All right. All right, if I got a car and they ran my credit, but the date shows over 6 to 8 inquiries, does that mean they use multiple? So if you have a car, it sounded like your credit was shotgun. What that simply means is that they use multiple people. They just send it out. Hey, I got this person over here. He's looking for an auto loan. Who's going to fund this project, right? So basically, they send it out to their network of lenders, and everybody decided to pull your reports to see if you were qualified or if you met their standards for subprime or prime loan. So that's basically what happened. So using this scenario, right? Using this scenario, the question now becomes, who did you authorize to pull your consumer report? Remember now, 15 USC 1681 BA2. BA2 completely says that a consumer reporting agency may furnish a consumer report under the following circumstances and no other. And when you go down to A2, it says with written instructions from the consumer to whom it relates. So I'm going to ask you again, did you give the 8 other companies any permission to pull your credit? If I was a guessing man and I was supposed to guess, I am going to say no, you did not. So by you not giving written permission, it means now 15 USC 1681Q. What does that mean? Obtaining information under false pretenses. So what actually happened now is they acquire, not procure, they pulled your reports under false pretenses. So when your reports are pulled under false pretenses, that constitutes identity theft. 18 USC 1028A, aggravated identity theft, right? So for those of you that are just joining, I have a masterclass coming up, how to get paid for bad credit. It will be, get your pen and papers out. He's teaching. What's going on, my guy? Flame, how are you? How are you? So I got a masterclass that's coming up. It is June 15th. It's how to get paid for bad credit. So if you want to be a part of this masterclass, all you need to do, if you're on Instagram, right? If you're on Instagram, comment the word class. If you're on Instagram, comment the word class and then check your DMs. I sent you a message. Just comment the word class if you're on Instagram, and a DM will be inside of your messages with the link. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, if you look on the screen bottom left, you're going to see text class. So send me a text message. My number is 917 993 5238. If you're on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, send me a message. The message you're going to send me is class. Text the word class to 917 993 5238. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Twitch, if you're on Facebook, just text me the word class to 917 993 5238. If you're on Instagram, just comment the word class. Just comment the word class, and I will send you the DM with the link for you to join the masterclass June 15th. All right. So let's go back to the inquiry situation. All right. So you went to the car dealership, right? You went to the car dealership. They they shotgun your credit. Eight other inquiries were pulled. You got a hard pull, eight other hard pulls, right? And now you are left with eight inquiries on your credit that no one funded those deals, right? The first thing that we need to recognize is permissible purpose. Did you give written instruction for the other corporations to pull your credit? Nine times out of 10, it is no. Right, Daraine, is there any cheaper classes for those that can't afford your class? Well, there's two prices. It's not that much. It's an investment in yourself. So there's a 297 and I believe 197 or $97. Like it's there. I made it very very affordable, guys. And like we got to invest in ourselves. You get what I'm saying? Like invest in yourself, and you can use the information that you've learned to set yourself up. So, like, these are the lowest prices that I can do. So, I can't do free because when you pay attention. I am not going to do free. That's number one. I believe that where there's a will, there's a way. And the person that seeks the information will seek it, right? When you give a man a fish, he eats for the day. But when you teach a man how to fish, he eats for the rest of his life. How much are they again? I was told 20,000. 20,000 for what? No, no. I think it's like 197 and 297. This is a master class. This isn't a inner circle. This is not inner circle. We're talking about a master class. The master class is $297 for a brain picker where you get to ask me Q&A. I was told 5,000. No, we're talking about the master class. We're talking about a master class, guys. We're not talking inner circle or we're talking university. We're talking about the master class. That's why, like, I need you guys to pay attention. Master class, right? The master class, if you comment the word class and you look in there, you'll see that it's either 97 or 197, I can't remember, and 297. Just take a look. I promise you, all the information is there. I'm not here hiding anything. The information is there. So when we speak about the inquiry, the first thing we have to recognize is what? Was permission given? Was permission not given? Based on which one is picked, it depend now that streamlines the dispute that you're going to have. Does the masterclass teach you how to fix your own credit? The masterclass is how to get paid for bad credit. If you want to learn how to fix your own credit, that's the program now that I offer. That's my university, and this is where you speak to a university advisor to see if we can work together, because I don't just take everyone into my program. I have to take people that I know are serious, people that's willing to do the work, people that's willing to do the things that I show them to get the results that they need. So not everyone gets accepted in the university. You go through a selection process. All right? All right. So now, can you get paid for inquiries? That is the question. Who here believes that they can get paid for inquiries? Who believe it? Because there are some credit profiles with 10, 15, 20, even 30 inquiries on there. There's consumer reports right now with a whole lot of inquiries. And a lot of people don't know that if you go to 15 USC, so let me read it for you. For those of you who don't believe me, 15 USC 1681N. 1681N, right? We're at the Fair Credit Reporting Act under civil liability, right? And when you go down to B, I want you to listen what A says, and then we're going to go to A1B. Listen to this. Any person, can somebody tell me what the word person means? Who knows what the word person means? Can somebody tell me what the word person means? Who can tell me what the word person means? Who knows what the word person means? Does anyone know what the word person means? An individual or an entity. Correct. All right. So you guys know what the word person means. Me, you, a lender, etc. Okay? Correct. So the word person also refers to a corporation, right? So listen to what it's saying. Any corporation, any person, any individual who willfully fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this subchapter with respect to any consumer. Who is the consumer, ladies and gentlemen? Tap yourself on the chest and say me. Who is the consumer? Say me. You're the consumer, right? So tap yourself on the chest and say me. To any consumer is liable to that consumer. Tap yourself and say me. So let's read it now in layman's English. Any corporation or any car dealership or any bank who willfully fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this subchapter with respect to any consumer, that's me, is liable to that consumer, me again, in an amount equal to the sum of. And then when we go down to B, right? 1B, it says this. In the case of liability of a natural person, right, for obtaining a consumer report under false pretenses or knowingly without a permissible purpose, actual damages sustained by the consumer, that's me, the consumer, as a result of the failure or $1,000, whichever is greater. The law is saying that if they pull your reports under false pretenses and they did not have a permissible purpose, you are owed actual damages that is sustained, and you can get $1,000, whichever is greater. So if I have multiple inquiries on my consumer report, not tied to an open account, not tied to an open account, and they cannot provide or prove that they have written permission from the consumer to whom it relates. Ladies and gentlemen, 15 USC 1681 N A1B says you can get paid at a minimum $1,000. You can get paid $1,000 per inquiry on your credit. How do you get paid? This is what I will be going over on the masterclass. I'm going to be going through the steps of how to get paid for inquiries, how to get paid for collections, how to get paid for different. I'm going to go all the way through it. So for those of you that just joined and you want to be a part of this masterclass going down June 15th, you need to comment the word class. If you're on Instagram and you want to learn how to get paid for bad credit, you need to be in this masterclass. So comment the word class if you're on Instagram. Comment the word class if you're on Instagram. All right. Then check your DMs. I sent you a message. If you are on Twitch, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, all you need to do is send me a text message to 917-993-5238. Text me the word class. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, or Twitch, all you need to do is send me a text message with the word class to 917-993-5238. Okay, so that's inquiries, right? That's how you get paid for inquiries. Let's talk about collections. How do you get paid for collections? Well, that's easy. Let's find out what the law says about collections and how you get paid for collections. Like, that's the first thing. Let's find out, how do we get paid for collections. 15 USC 1692K. 15 USC 1692K. We're at the civil liability for the FDCPA, or what you guys call the debt collection law. So listen to what the debt collection law says. Except as otherwise provided by this section, any debt collector who fails to comply with any provisions of this subchapter with respect to any person is liable to such person in an amount equal to the sum of. Number one says any actual damages sustained by the person as a result of the failure. Okay, that's one. And then number two says in the case of any action by an individual, such additional damages as the court may allow, but not exceeding $1,000. Or B, in the case of an action, a class action, such amount for each named plaintiff as could be recovered under subparagraph A, and 2, such amount as the court may allow, right? So as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the law protects you. And if you exercise any part of the law and you get your accounts closed, then I'm going to teach you guys, I'm going to go over what if. Okay, let me rephrase. Let me drink some water. I'm going to rephrase this one. All right. Let's rephrase this one. If you exercise a consumer law, right? And what that means when I say exercise, meaning that you disputed an item using consumer laws, right? You put your certified mail, your green return receipt, and you send the letter off, and you know the letter was delivered to, let's say, American Express, right? So American Express received your dispute letter on Monday, right? And then by Friday, your platinum, your gold, your plum, your blue were all closed. Oh my God. What does that mean? That means, ladies and gentlemen, because you exercise a law or a right, you had adverse action taken against you. So the question now becomes, if I use consumer law and they close my accounts, what can I do? The answer is you can get paid. So we're going to go to 15 USC 1691 under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, right? ECOA. And listen to this. It shall be unlawful. Okay. It shall be unlawful. Can somebody drop the word unlawful in the chat? It shall be unlawful. Drop the word unlawful in the chat. It shall be unlawful for any creditor to discriminate against any applicant with respect to any aspect of a credit transaction. Why is that, Daraine? Listen to number 3. Because the applicant has in good faith exercised any right under this subchapter. Ladies and gentlemen, if you use consumer law and the creditor takes adverse action against you, you can sue the creditor for discrimination under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, and you can get paid, ladies and gentlemen. You can get paid. You can get paid. Let's go down to the civil liability section, right? It says individual or class action for actual damages. Any creditor who fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this subchapter shall be liable to the aggrieved applicant for any actual damages sustained by such applicant acting either in an individual capacity or as a member of a class. Meaning that if you go and sue Capital One, you are acting in your individual capacity. This right belongs to you, and you can sue them under 15 USC 1691E under civil liability for discrimination, right? And then it talks about punitive damage. Any creditor, so listen to B, recovery of punitive damages in individual and class action for actual damages exemptions, maximum amount of punitive damage in individual actions, limitation on total recovery in class action, factors determining the amount. Listen to this. Let's get into it. Any creditor other than a government or governmental subdivision or agency who fails to comply with any requirement imposed under this subchapter shall be liable to the aggrieved applicant for punitive damages in an amount not greater than 10,000. So what I'm saying is, talk about fake mortgage day slaves, everyone, right? What this is saying, ladies and gentlemen, if adverse action is taken against you, you can sue under 15 USC 1691E, under the Equal Credit Opportunity Act, right? We're talking about punitive damages up to $10,000. But in addition to any actual damages provided in subsection A. So that means if my actual damages were 50,000, if that was my actual damages, I can get an additional 10,000 for punitive damages, right? But it gets better. Except that in the case of a class action, total recovery under this subsection shall not exceed the lesser of 500,000. So at a minimum, if it's a class action, y'all should be getting 500,000. So, ladies and gentlemen, does this apply to Canadian as well? I have not studied Canadian law. I will be coming to Canada very soon. I'll be taking a trip to Canada. It's going to happen this summer. I'll be going to Canada. I'll be spending a week in Canada to study Canadian consumer law. I will be in Canada very soon. I will be studying Canadian consumer law for about a week or 2 weeks while I'm in Canada. So I will be able to give you guys more insight that's in Canada. Right now, I am not familiar with the Canadian consumer laws. I know there's Equifax and TransUnion in Canada, but I am not as fluent in Canadian law. So I'll be taking a week to 2 weeks to come to Canada. And during that time, I'll be podcasting and I'll be studying Canadian consumer law. So give me until the summer, like give me a little bit of time. I'll be in Canada and I'll be studying Canadian consumer law. So just give me a little bit of time, okay? What code is used to remove charge off? So there's a few codes. It's not just one code, Steph. There's a few codes that are used to get rid of charge off. 15 USC 1681 EB, 15 USC 1681 EB. We'll use 15 USC 1681 S2A and S2B. So it's a combination of a few laws that we use to get charge offs deleted from the consumer report. All right. Whew. For those of you that are just joining, guys, I have a masterclass coming up. It is on June 15th, which is in 11 days. It's coming up in June. And I will be 500K me because the exact scenario just happened to me. So high tide, make sure you're on this masterclass, all right? The masterclass is happening June 15th. If you're on Instagram, comment the word class. If you're on Instagram, comment the word class. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, text me class. Send the word class to 917 993 5238. Text the word class to 917 993 5238. If you're on YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, send me the word class. Text me the word class to 917 993 5238 to join the masterclass. How to get paid for bad credit. This is the masterclass that's coming up. It's going to be phenomenal. All right. I did the auto loan removal consumer law letter I sent to the finance company and the sent the contract back. What do I do? Quentin, you definitely need to be a part of the community. So you need to send a round 2 letter demanding what you asked for. Sending the contract back means absolutely nothing. Man, I'll be hosting a retirement celebration. Dang, I'm very sorry to hear that, Teresa. I hope you it's at 8 p.m. So if you're finished your retirement engagement, it will be from about 8 to maybe 9:30, 10. So we should be about an hour to 2 hours on that masterclass. So we should be there for a little bit of time. So if you get finished early, Teresa, you can definitely join us. Thank you. I have your software. Let's go, Quinton Bell Jr. Let's go. The Consumer Law Dispute AI. It's one of the fastest consumer law software out there that you can use to repair, rebuild, and restore your own credit. All right, ladies and gentlemen. My mom just called me, so I'm about to go call my mom and find out what is going on. So, mommy just gave me a call, ladies and gentlemen. It's her birthday week. So, before I go, I'm just coming to visit. I'm just 45 minutes from Atlanta. All right, let's get it. This class, ladies and gentlemen, the master class is virtual, but now y'all have me thinking, huh? Hmm. Let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you a question. If this is a question now, I'm gonna ask you guys a question. If I was to offer an in-person seat to the masterclass in Atlanta, how many of you would be interested in coming to an in-person class? So remember, there's virtual, which is what everybody's going to be on. But if I was to get a studio, right? If I was to rent a studio, How many of you that are in Atlanta would come to the in-person part? So there'll be 3 tickets. There'll be general admission. There'll be brain picker that you can ask me a question. We'll do 1 hour. But if I was to say, hey, this master class that's coming up, I'm also gonna have maybe 10 seats that 10 people can get if they want to be in the studio with me. How many persons would be interested in that? Like, just I'm so curious because y'all just gave me an idea. If I was to host and have 10 seats or 15 seats available for people that's in Atlanta or want to be at this masterclass in person, and we now will have time after everybody leaves. You could ask me questions, go into Q&A. Hmm, how many people would be interested? Huh. I'm gonna think about this one. I'm gonna think about this one. If I offer if I offer 15 seats, if I offer 15 seats, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to see. For the, for those of you who want to come to the masterclass, it's virtual right now. If you're on Instagram, comment the word class. Just comment the word class. If you're on Instagram and you want to be a part of the masterclass, how to get paid for bad credit, that's going down June 15th at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Comment the word class. If you are on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, if you are on Twitch, send me a text message. Text the word class to 917-993-5238. For those of you that came that get the tickets for the in person, I will offer it to you guys first. So I will test out how many people are either in Atlanta or wants to come to Atlanta for this masterclass. If there are enough people, I will open up 10 tickets for in person. So 10 people will get to join me in person while I teach this masterclass. I think this is going to be so dope. I think it's going to be extremely dope. All right. So let me work this out. I'm gonna work it out with the team, and I'll offer it. I'll make the offer. If you guys want to be there in person, by all means, there's gonna be 10 tickets, first come, first serve. I will be offering people that purchased for the masterclass first. So before I offer it to anybody else, if you purchase tickets to the masterclass, you will get first choice to pick if you want to come in person or not. All right. So guys, I'm gonna go call my mom. I saw that she called. Let me go find out what's going on. If she's good, I know it's her birthday in 5 days. So I'm gonna see what mommy needs, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow. So see you later, alligators. Be good. I'll be back tomorrow dropping more gems on how you can get paid for bad credit. If you're on Instagram and you just joined, comment the word class. If you're on Instagram and you just joined, comment the word class to join the masterclass, how to get paid for bad credit. If you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, if you're on Twitch, what you need to do is send me a text message. Send me a text message to 917-993-5238. Comment the word class to join how to get paid for bad credit masterclass. It is coming up. How to get paid for bad credit masterclass. Can a debt collector sue me if they don't live in my state? Yes, they can. All right. Yes, they can. So, ladies and gentlemen, with that being said, see you later, alligator, from your favorite island boy. I'm going to see y'all later. All right. Have an amazing